All right, welcome back, Captain Santiago. Continuing, we are so close to level 19. Question is, how many frogs would one have to catch to hit level 19? Quite a few. So we're in no danger of skipping over to level 19 here as we are fishing for frogs, and we are trying to catch them. This is our first one. Using size 22 hooks and flies on feeders. I think you probably get just as good, if not better, bite rate if you do float, but thought we would give this a try as we continue our fun experience just fishing for all the different fish and amphibians too, I suppose. Of course, we are back at Mosquito for this. If completing the trophy card is important to you, then this is one of the species that you do need to hit here on Mosquito. There it is, frog. The two that people think of that take the most time usually are going to be eyed and perch. Actually, both of those species have had spots recently. Now that we can make fish pieces, Chinese sleeper should not be like too impossible, but just depends on how good the Chinese sleeper spots are at the moment. Recently, it does seem like frog has been a little harder. I've heard of multiple people talk about like how long they had to go for frog to hit the trophy. So it just greatly varies based on when you're like kind of when you're going for some of these trophies on how hard of an experience you're going to have. Like right now, maybe getting the perch is actually potentially could be easier than frog. So I think it just depends. But traditionally, I would say eyed and perch are the ones that can take the longest. Speaking of trophy cards, I do not have the zebra mussel trophy on MDawg. So over here on my side computer, I was trying a spot that supposedly people are catching zebra mussel trophies out of, but it doesn't seem to matter. And you've all had this experience yourself if you've played this game a long time. Sometimes there's just a specific species or whatever, like the RNG is just not going your way. And that has been the case for many attempts for me on the zebra mussel. At least in this example, people have been catching on redworm. Usually I'm having to fish for them on algae, and it's a very slow bite rate and typically a boring experience. I actually do wonder about switching to algae in this spot now that I mentioned that, though. So we'll see. We've caught 2 frogs in 3 minutes. I just thought we'd do this for, I don't know, a few minutes, and then we'll see kind of what else we want to get into. Hopefully we can, in all seriousness, push to level 19. It is my hope that I'm going to be able to carve out a little bit of time tomorrow to actually stream, which means we will probably do a little bit of fishing maybe on Santiago, and then maybe a little bit of sea fishing or something on MDawg, but we'll see how it goes. That little guy took off. It was actually hard for me to... We've got 4 now. 4 little frogs. I know, I know. Sitting there and wanting to know. Captain Santiago, what's trophy size for frog? I have to call an expert and figure this out. Okay, trophy size is 190 grams. Rare trophy is 250 grams. Wait, 190? Is that what I said? I'd have to review the tape, but I think it was on the third rod, which would be inline. I'm not sure though. I will say middle rod, which is basic bottom, might have gotten the best bite rate so far. Be another roach or something. $185. Tell the coloring looks different. Surely it's not much different. Oh my goodness. Are people just like using huge gear to catch? Maybe it's a bycatch. Maybe that's not what they're going for. I don't know. That's weird. Was I right or was I right? So that common roach has been nibbling on that for quite a while, but it did finally come in. It's interesting, like, you know, small sample size. Probably a coincidence, but it's like the smaller ones are the ones that take off. The larger ones have been a little more calm. So far, at least. Alright. Man, this first rod's hitting roach, isn't it? I don't know if it's like slightly deeper or something, but it definitely feels like that rod is hitting roach. I also am wondering about the weather. I feel like frogs might like it cold. I don't know that that's the case, but I I don't know. I feel like I've maybe thought that was the case before. We're just doing that to fast travel, obviously. Let's double check the cafe. I don't think there's any frogs on the cafe. And frogs are basically not worth anything. In fact, if you have your bait harvesting up enough, it's always, in my opinion, it's always better to turn a frog into bait than to actually sell them, because sometimes you can catch some decent stuff on frogs. We got to be at 60%. We're nowhere near, so we're not going to be able to do that. I actually figured maybe we try. What am I missing here? The boat station. Especially since it's nighttime, maybe we try. Wait. Well, we could easily do the rough order, but just one rough order, I don't know that that's reason enough to do that. Let's just try this. Let's throw some boilies in the water. See if we get some see if we get a bite rate at all of Crucian Gibble. And maybe we'll compare it with you know, like bread or something on rod 3. Nah, let's do all. Let's just see what we can get here. Oh, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Tell you what's tempting. Is maybe to try. Need to remember to switch these to heavier. Maybe to try one with the smaller size boilies. Maybe we do that with the middle one here. What was I thinking? Raspberry 10. And what's the smallest strawberry we have? Strawberry 12. Let's just see. I mean, that should get a better bite rate, but it's also going to be a lot smaller fish on average. Ooh, already getting a nibble. That's a good sign. So we probably are going to want to end up switching all of them to this setup. Did I not change that one either? Good grief. But we'll see how the night goes. 100. How much do we need? We need 2,000 XP. Go to the next level. I think we will do it during this while we're fishing here. Well, so far, no fish on the smaller boilies. We'll see. We'll see if that changes, though. Can you change this once it's in the water? Nah. Okay. I didn't think so, but just making sure. Okay. Do we give it 2 fish? Remember, this is the middle rod with the smaller boilies. 859, not terrible. I think we give it another fish. Sometimes the smaller boilies are what's in stock as well. What are we using here? Classic hair. That's right. You know what we haven't done that might help a little bit? All right, let's see. We're down to 1253. Not too much. Not too many more. You should be able to tell what fish this is. I'm not sure though. Yeah, that was my first guess. Tench. Should have said it out loud. 1000 XP though. That's a quick jump. Whoa. The bar, hold on. Look in the bottom left. So that was on the smaller boilies, by the way. Look in the bottom left-hand part of the screen. Like, the line is full. I don't know if there's nowhere else to go. We literally need 196 XP. So unless this next fish is like super scrawny, like a 30-gram frog or something suddenly going on boilies, I'd say the small boilies are about to level us up right here. Even though it is just like a mid-sized gibble, it's enough, right? What if we could strategically get it down to we need 1 XP? That would be so cool. That moment when you can tell your earbuds are in the wrong ear because the duck was not to my left. All right. Oh my goodness, it's so small. This might not even do it. This is what I mean, it's 427, so like we could still have a decent fish come in. Oh my goodness. We actually don't even want to level up on that fish. 19 XP. That's funny though that we got bottom fishing. You know, we could still have a nice fish come in, but I'd say this spot is like really drying out. At least with this bait. I mean, well, let me back up a little bit. This spot never really dries out, but I would say these strawberry and raspberry boilies don't seem to be popping off unless we've just had like a weird slow night because of the weather or something, but I doubt it. It's like Sahara Desert over here, so I'm thinking it's time to put bread back on. Try some semolina over here or something. Find the new boilie flavor. We have a fish on? It's like, or it's just nibbling and not, we're fishing, we're not catching. Alright, we got 2 fish on. What do we need here, folks? 41. Like, I don't know that it's gonna be a marker, so it's gonna probably just be enough, right? Yeah, 63, I called it. Man, this spot is kind of terrible right now. Yeah, that's rough. Sometimes you have a rough session. What are you gonna do? Like, sometimes it's just rough, you know? 5 for 950. Like, I just don't even. Starting at 189. I cannot believe that it's actually better to take this order. That's how bad the crucians were that we caught in that spot today. Wait. Man, that's brutal. Okay. All right. We hit level 19. You know, the interesting thing is we're up to 5 points. We didn't max out feeder rod, but we got 4. I'm kind of comfortable with that for right now. All right, quick reminder. We're at 19. If we were to wait on the HSV or something like that. One more level, folks. We're going to be able to afford at least 2. I mean, we'll be able to afford 2 of them. And maybe, you know, 2 of them plus some other stuff too by the time we hit 20. If we really do that. But it really does depend on what spots get hot. Like we're in a time right now where I'm not sure that the quality of spots, at least that we're aware of. Like we just need some people to find some better spots, or I just need to get a little more flexible. Probably need to go back to like hitting cafe orders. That's something I haven't done in a while, but that's better silver than what we just did. But regardless, we had some fun tonight and we made level 19. Again, probably streaming tomorrow. By the time this video releases, what I mean to say is probably streaming later today. As to not be confusing. I'm hoping to get a stream in on Saturday, maybe even in the morning, but we'll see how it goes. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll catch a few more fish next time. But either way, it's been fun.